guys, welcome to the internet. I'm Kristen and it's 2015, can you believe it? Alright, first thing that I want to say in this video is, oh my god, I got 1,000 subscribers? I've literally only been posting on this account for like 4 months and there's already over 1,000 of you that have subscribed to watch my face? I don't understand. So, because quite a lot of people have asked me to do this, and because I got 1,000 subscribers, and because my friend Peyton from our fandom life pointed out to me that even since I started YouTubing, I have gotten a lot more books on my bookshelf. Insert awkward clip of me from my very first YouTube video, and yeah, look at how awkward I am. I'm just awkward. But yeah, I've gotten a lot more books since then, so I decided that what better way to start out the year than with a bookshelf tour. So the way that I'm going to do this is I'm just going to start at the top of my shelf and I'm just going to go right on down and we're going to see all the books that I have hidden in places that you've probably never even seen in videos before. Alright, let's get started. Alright, here is the top shelf of my bookshelf. Hello ceiling, how are you today? And basically this shelf I'm not going to really go into depth about because it's a shelf that I've basically put all of the books that I read in the past or I'm probably never going to read on. And basically if I get more books, these are the books that are just gonna go into a box. Sorry books, I love you, but I need more room for my favorite books. Alright, so yeah, that's the top shelf. It's pretty boring. Okay, this is the second shelf of my bookshelf, which, yeah, my shelves aren't really organized in any specific way. They're basically just like wherever the books fit, I put them. Aragon by Christopher Paolini. And then I have the rest of the Aragon series, Eldest and Brazinger. And actually, I think there might be another book, but I am not 100% sure. Next, I have the Great Tree of Avalon series by T.A. Barron. The first book is Child of the Dark Prophecy. Book 2 is The Eternal Flame. Book 3 is Shadow on the Stars. Next, I have the Gallagher Girl series. I'd tell you I'd love you, but then I'd have to kill you. Cross My Heart and Hope to Spy. Don't Judge a Girl by Her Cover. Only the Good Spy Young, all by Ellie Carter. The Best of Me by Nicholas Sparks. And then we swivel the camera. Whee! Okay, next I have the Beautiful Creatures series. First is Beautiful Creatures by Cami Garcia and Margaret Stoll. Next is Beautiful Darkness. I can't get the book back on the shelf. This is the struggle of my life. Third is Beautiful Chaos. And last is Beautiful Redemption. Next I have the Gone series by Michael Grant. Well, I have the first 4 books. I still need to get the last 2. First is Gone, then Hunger, then Lies, and Plague. The Host by Stephanie Meyer. Safe Haven by Nicholas Sparks. Okay, here we have my third shelf, which you can see in all of my videos because it's right in the middle of my bookshelf, and it has some of my favorite books on it. Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone, Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets, Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban, and now because the next 4 are on their sides and I don't want to take them out, I'll just put in pictures of what the covers look like and point to you which book is which. This is Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire, Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix, Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince, and lastly, Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows. The Tale of Beetle the Bard, also by J.K. Rowling. Eleanor and Park by Rainbow Rowell, Fangirl by Rainbow Rowell, and next I have the Gemma Doyle trilogy by Libba Bray. First is A Great and Terrible Beauty, second is Rebel Angels, and third is The Sweet Far Thing, and these are out of order because I only have The Sweet Far Thing in hardcover and the paperbacks are shorter and I could not have them out of height order. I probably would have cried. And here we have the 4th shelf of my bookshelf, which you can also see all of in my videos because it is also right in the middle of my bookshelf. Again, like with the Harry Potters, because these books are stacked on top of each other, I'm just going to point them out and then put a picture of the cover in The Hunger Games, which is the first book in the Hunger Games trilogy by Suzanne Collins. Next is Catching Fire, then Mockingjay. Above that, we have the Divergent trilogy by Veronica Roth, starting with Divergent, then Insurgent, and finally Allegiant. And then I have 4, also by Veronica Roth. Next I have the Hunger Games Tribute Guide by Emily Seif. We have the Heroes of Olympus series, which is actually the series after the Percy Jackson series, but you know, whatever. And all of these are by Rick Riordan, so here we go. The Lost Hero, The Son of Neptune, The Mark of Athena, The House of Hades, and finally The Blood of Olympus. And next to that, we have the first Percy Jackson series, starting with The Lightning Thief, The Sea of Monsters, The Titan's Curse, The Battle of the Labyrinth, and finally The Last Olympian. And then right here, which I'm not going to pull out because it has all of the Percy Jackson books on top of it, is Percy Jackson's Greek Gods, written by Rick Riordan and illustrated by John Rocco. We have now reached the 5th shelf of my bookshelf. My Most Excellent Year by Steve Klugger. Next I have the Selection trilogy by Kira Cass, starting with the Selection. Then we have the Elite, and finally the One. Next I have my 2 copies of Branded by Abby Kettner and Missy Kalkiski, The Murder Complex by Lindsay Cummings, Cinder by Marissa Meyer, If I Stay by Gail Foreman, and Where She Went by Gail Foreman, Let's Get Lost by Addie Alsaid. Next I have The Fault in Our Stars by John Green, then Will Grayson by John Green and David Levithan, Looking for Alaska by John Green, and An Abundance of Catherines by John Green. I also have Paper Towns, but my friend is borrowing it. Next, I have the Maze Runner trilogy and prequel, all by James Dashner. So the prequel is The Kill Order, the first book is The Maze Runner, then The Scorched Trials, and finally The Death Cure. And last on the shelf I have the Trill trilogy by Amanda Hocking. First we have Switched, Torn, and Ascend. Alright, here we have the 6th shelf of my bookshelf, which is my first shelf of TBR books. First, I have Throne of Glass by Sarah J. Maas. Next is The Fifth Wave by Rick Yancey. These Broken Stars by Annie Kaufman and Megan Spooner. Daughter of Smoke and Bone by Laini Taylor. I'll Give You the Sun by Jandy Nelson. Next, I have the complete Mara Dyer trilogy by Michelle Hodkin. First is The Unbecoming of Mara Dyer, The Retribution of Mara Dyer, and The Evolution of Mara Dyer. The Eye of Minds by James Dashner. Hexed by Michelle Kreis. Panic by Lauren Oliver. The Other Boylan Girl by Philippa Gregory. The Statistical Probability of Love at First Sight by Jennifer E. Smith. To All the Boys I've Loved Before by Jenny Han. We Were Liars by E. Lockhart. Since You've Been Gone by Morgan Matson. Amy and Roger's Epic Detour, also by Morgan Matson. Dune by Carrie Corp and Lori Langdon. Angel Fall by Susan E. Vampire Academy by Rochelle Mead. Matched by Ali Kondai. Every Day by David Levithan. Legend by Marie Lu. Warm Bodies by Isaac Marion. And The Darkest Minds by Alexandra Bracken. We have now reached the bottom shelf of my bookshelf, which contains the rest of my TBR books, along with some movie tickets and other fandom-related things over at the end, and some random pictures of me and my friends. The Whispers of the Fallen by J.D. Netto, and Rebellion, also by J.D. Netto. Next, I have the first 4 books of the Mortal Instruments series by Cassandra Clare. City of Bones, City of Ashes, City of Glass, and City of Fallen Angels. Next, I have the Uglies trilogy by Scott Westerfeld. First is Uglies, Pretties, and Specials. Anna and the French Kiss by Stephanie Perkins. Lola and the Boy Next Door, also by Stephanie Perkins. Delirium by Lauren Oliver. 10 Things We Did and Probably Shouldn't Have by Sarah Mlinowski. Silent Echo by Alyssa Freelich. And finally, Ela and the Happily Ever After by Stephanie Perkins, which I would have put next to Anna and Lola, but you know, it's awkwardly shorter than them, so it had to go on the end. And there you have it, a tour of my bookshelf. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I had a lot of fun making it, although holding the books for that long actually started to hurt my arms after a while, so I should probably start working out more as a New Year's resolution. If you liked this video, be sure to thumbs it up and subscribe. I will be posting a new video very soon. Thank you guys so much for watching. I love you. Bye!